This time I'm going to introduce my third plate carrier. So I have the DCS, QRC, and now this one because I wanted a low profile option to wear either over or under something. And that's why I went with this one, which is the Covert plate carrier, or CPC as I like to call it. As you can see, it is a no frills, very how do you say it, low concept plate carrier, ideal to be worn underneath items of clothing, or if you want over, but that's your choice. But that's the main aim of this plate carrier. That's why it's Covert plate carrier, CPC. Now, as you can see, it's a very basic plate carrier. There is not much about it compared to its bigger brothers, so to speak, but we'll go over that as we go around the plate carrier. Now we'll just go over all the features, and then we'll look at the build quality and all of that. Now, the CPC is designed to hold plates. That's why it's called the Covert plate carrier, because it can hold plates. Now, I am going to cheat because I'm not a real steel user or law enforcement or people who use this in the real world, so I don't know all these terms. So it can hold 10 times 12S and US style SAPI with a small S behind it plates. So those are the type of plates that can be inserted in this one. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath. But a user did claim that it can also hold rifle plates, but we'll have to use that with a quotation mark. I'll have to verify that, but I thought it was a nice mention. The other feature is that you have this nice broad Velcro real estate, which you can use for designation, or even it's big enough for some Velcro attached pouches or anything like that. Although they don't specify this in the product page, but it is big enough for something else than just patches. But like maybe if you work for the sheriff's department, you have this big police or sheriff patches, is probably what it's mainly for, because it's also at the back. Because this really is like those style they wear when they go into like a sting operation, as you see on TV. So, but no. That's mainly what it's for, although it won't stop you from maybe attaching some pouch with Velcro, although, as I just said, the main use is for those very large patches. Here at the front, we have these are the two sides that you can adjust for. Yeah, it's very good Velcro. So this is high quality Velcro, all to military standards. And as you can see, it was quite difficult to get purchase on it, and it sticks on really well, but you can, adjust for girth, because this is sadly a one size fits all type of plate carrier. So there's no size designation in it. It is just one size for everything. So sadly for the larger people, I read two reviews to be able to provide more information, and he did complain that the sides pinch a little bit if you're of the larger deposition, because he always talk like that. It was really funny. But anyways, that's what it's for. There's one other use, of course, for this, but I'll come back to that afterwards. These shoulders are also adjustable for your size. So basically, if I undo it, you have the fluffy on the back, and then the prickly part, as I call it, on the front part, and then you just, you know, adjust accordingly. So nothing special, but there you go. Same on the other one, obviously. No difference whatsoever. The main part, so all of this and the back part and most of this is this is Cordura 500D. So this is all to military standards. Again, this Cordura. So that's what the main plate carrier is. That's what the plate carrier is mainly made from. Now the sides, that is an elastic material, as you can tell from the difference. You can see it in the color denotation. These are double layer elastic sides, and many people claim that this allows for a more of freedom of movement. Although if you're like the one person said, larger deposition, this tends to pinch. But they all say that this is very comfortable because of the elastic sides. So double layer elastic sides. Now the neat thing about this is that they've added 2 internal pouches on each side. So on the other side, again, 2 of the same. These can hold like a radio or magazine pouches. That's up to you, depending on airsoft, or if you're in real life situation on your operation or mission. Coming around the back, as I told you, again, big patch. I showed that earlier. But here, if you open this up, again, you have the adjustability for the sides. So you can perfectly adjust it to your body if you hopefully fit within parameters. As I said, it's just one particular size for everything. One size fits all, as they say. But you can see, like at the front, the adjustability. And this neatly tidies it away. And that's pretty much it for functionality. Now, obviously, I'm just gonna tidy this up. Obviously, you might want more mags in case you want to use these for something else. That's up to you. Some people prefer it one way or the other way. That's up to you. But if you do choose to maybe add more pouches, you can get these. Triple Velcro mag pouch. As you can see, the back has the Velcro on it, so you can attach it to your plate carrier, and the fronts are finished off with, again, Velcro, so that you can, if I read the instructions right, you undo these, you push this one on, and then you just and it's neatly secured into place, thus transforming it into the CPC Mark I. It's actually listed as a different product on certain retailers and even on Warrior's site. Not sure about that, but like the site I buy from, this is listed as a different product, and they also say it's a different product because this is the Mark I. So without the pouch, it's just the CPC, and this is a CPC Mark I because it adds those 3 565 M4 magazines pouches. which are quite nice. Now I do struggle with putting mags in. Yeah. So yeah, that's about deep enough. But no, I could throw it, but you get the point. So even though it's not properly down, it won't move. But I didn't show it correctly, so I'll put it in again. Comes out fast, but it won't fly out. So that's nice. They really hug the magazine very nicely. But if you need the magazine, it will come out quickly, either in airsoft or real life situations. So they are very nice, fun magazines. Now, for the size, I'll demonstrate with the magazine that I'm not lying. See? But you have your magazine. So stays in place, but if you need it, it's there. So that's pretty much all the functionality on this plate carrier. Now for the build quality. Let's start just at any random place. So double stitching, all nice and straight. Well, you have the occasional like excess thread, but that's something you will always have with handmade products. That is nothing to do with build quality. That's just something you'll always have. But all nicely stitched, double stitched where it can or needs to be. Even if you go underneath to the Velcro, you can see all the cross stitching to keep the Velcro in place. Damn this Velcro. But you can see this is a bit hidden, so this is more difficult to see, but it's all very nicely stitched into place. I mean, if you go over here to those elastic sides, again, you'll see that very thick stitching. And if I hold it up like this, you can see here how the stitching and this part, all very heavy, sometimes even over-engineered. And if we, for example, see here how thick the stitching is on these sides, because that's likely a stress point, but very neat and tidy. How they added the Velcro here. I mean, look over here, the stitching. And then if we move further up, it's all neatly done, very tidy, no complaints. Nice attention to detail, even on the inside, which you don't necessarily see. But this is like an example of a start and stop loose thread. I mean not loose, excess thread. So this is just where they stopped, snipped it off, bobbed the machine, and then started again. So this is not like an issue. This is just something you get, as I said, with handmade products. But this is like the inside, and you can see that even here they paid attention to neat and tidy stitching. And the finish here. So they really they really paid attention to finishing it off nicely. So again, like when they stopped or started and they snipped it off. So this is something you'll always find. I just rather mention it a few times so you don't get the idea that it's something bad. But I can keep showing you it, but as you can see, it is all nicely finished off. There is no skimping being done. There's no corners being cut or whatever. It is all very nicely done. And this is, well, basically like their most basic plate carrier for a more covert setup. Now, the only thing that I read complaints is that there's lack of like clips. So other low profile carriers have those clips to attach items. This one doesn't, obviously, only Velcro, ways of Velcro. But apparently, but they consider that a plus because it has a less, without these mags, a less revealing profile. So it's less noticeable when worn underneath clothing, apparently. So I found that very interesting to mention because these were real experiences from people in the real world field. Now, obviously, for me, it's airsoft use. It is a dust magnet, but yeah. For me, it's airsoft use, so that's not really that important. But maybe if you're watching and it is real life use, then it is important, obviously. On the inside, you just, if, for example, this is the back, you just pull this down and then you can access the plate compartment. For now, it has this sort of black filler foam to retain the shape a bit, to make sure it stays within shape. The same on this side. So on the inside, and just pull it up, and then you can access the plate compartment. Now, I did buy this as a set, so Warrior did mention that they feel, whoops, that's the other one, to be worn in conjunction with this, which is the Pathfinder chest rig. I just wanted to mention it because this was the set I bought, the Pathfinder chest rig with the Covert plate carrier. So their idea is that you put on this and you put this over it to adjust for either this alone or this together for that mission brief, depending on how you want to do your loadout. So I just thought I'd show you this. This has a separate video, but it sorry, it was a nice mention in this video because, as I just said, I bought it as a set. Just one thing. I'm just gonna check if I said everything. Overlapping, radio, Velcro closure, okay. Now all of the materials, as I said, but I'll repeat it again, the cordura, the elastic sides, the stitching, everything you see is to military mil-spec standards. So the stitching has a certain break strength. It's treated against, like you would say, mildew. It has a certain breaking strength. The cordura is treated against infrareds and all of that. So if you're interested in that, I'll put it in the description, the material type and rating. The only important thing to do is just check for the pricing. Let me check. Covert. I'm just gonna take a random site and just, because I have to make sure I do the price as of making the video. Plate carrier. Let's check. So the base model will set you back about 49 pounds. I'll transfer that to euros. And if you want to combine it with the triple, then it's about 105. And then if you want to combine it with the plate Pathfinder, I'm just gonna hide the website. Oops. Sorry. Here you can see the combination. Oops, oh no, you've seen the UK Tactical, very nice. Sorry about that. That's the one I currently get my stuff from because they have a wide variety of items. But as you can see, that one was about 120 pounds. Now I'll put that into euros for you, but that gives you a certain idea. So for that price difference, you're better off just getting it with the Pathfinder. At least that was the choice for me, because separately they cost more than together, so it was a no-brainer. But that's up to you, of course. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the plate carrier. It's yeah, pretty basic, but it does its job. I'll post pictures on my Instagram about putting it on, but for now I won't, because I always struggle with those things on video, and it's just a bit wasteful of time. But at least you got to see the materials, how it's built, what the functionality is, and that's hopefully helps you make an educated decision. So if there is any questions about this or anything else you've seen on my channel, then let me know, or feedback or experiences or mentions, tips, advice, that's all welcome. I'm always going to do my best to reply as quickly as possible, or if you have questions for Instagram or whatever, then I'm always going to try and do my best to reply. Thanks if you're already following. I'm doing my best to get better each time, but that's tricky considering my health. That's why I'm sweating so much, because I take heart medication and because I stumble with my words. So that's due to my medication and the repeating sometimes. But although I do try to avoid that. But yeah, I wish you all the best. A good day or evening, depending on when or where you're watching, and take care, and bye-bye.